Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. Now, here's John Truman Wolfe.
All right, folks. Welcome to John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. John Truman Wolfe here, broadcasting from the beautiful Los Padres National Forest, north of Los Angeles. Gorgeous day up here in the mountains. Let's start the day with the financial statistics for the day. A lot of interesting stuff going on, some good, some bad. The Dow, to start with, 33,815, still in the stratosphere at 33,000, but hit heavily today, off, what have I got here, 434 points. And why is that? Because Biden announced he wants to really increase the capital gains tax. I mean, substantially, as high as 43.4%. So if you're an investor and you make, $50,000 on a crypto trade at this level, 43, 20 some odd thousand of that goes to Uncle Joe. Outrageous, actually, in my opinion. I don't know if this will get through it'll probably get through the House. Anything he wants done and more taxes is a, Democratic watchword. But in the Senate, I'm not so sure. And Joe Manchin, the Democratic senator from West Virginia, is not a high-tax guy. He's a really sane senator as far as I'm concerned, regardless of the party affiliation. Very, very good guy. So I'm hoping this will, get some serious resistance in the Senate. Biden is just looking for more tax dollars to, pour more money into, whatever he or AOC thinks needs money. But long story short, that drove the Dow down 434 points, and other markets were off as well. We'll get to those. The S&P also off 4134, off 38 points, and the NASDAQ 13,818, off 131. So again, all of the equities off as a result of Biden's suggestion for legislation to increase the capital gains tax way, way higher than it is currently. And all of those equity indicators are off substantially. Gold, 1784, was off almost $10. But it's been, gold, if you look at the graph, has been doing very well, essentially, over the last, week or so, maybe the last week or 10 days, coming from as high or as low, I should say, not as high, as low as the high 1600s. Now, yesterday, pushed 2,000. 1800 on its way to 2000, in my opinion. It hit 1790 something yesterday, and dipped today $10. So it's still, I feel very strongly about the precious metals. Silver settled today at 2620, also up some. And we'll get back and talk about the cryptos when we come back. I'm John Truman Wolfe. This is the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour, and we'll be right back.
When you invest, what do you need? Investors need foresight and prediction so they can invest with confidence. Is the stock market going up and down? What about precious metals or Bitcoin? The stock market may be treading water right now, but now may be a more opportune time to invest in precious metals. Are gold and silver booming? What do you buy? Bullion? Mining stocks? Which ones? The cryptocurrency market is also advancing strongly, but which ones do you buy? John Truman Wolfe, former banker and #1 best-selling author, gives you the answers in his widely read newsletter, Strategic Strategic Financial Intelligence, available at strategicfinancialintelligence.com. Wolfe called the breakout of the gold market and the breakout of the silver market. He may not have a crystal ball, but his investment picks tell a story. Metals and digital currencies are on the move. Don't miss out. Go to strategicfinancialintelligence.com and get the Strategic Financial Intelligence newsletter today. strategicfinancialintelligence.com.
All right, folks, we're back. John Truman Wolfe here, the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. We've touched on the equities that are down strongly due to Biden's announcement that he wants a massive increase in the capital gains tax. The precious metals off a bit, just a little bit. And into the cryptos, we've got a very unique situation going on in the cryptos. Bitcoin has been hammered for the last several days and is down. Last I looked at 52,121. It's not impossible this thing could dip into the 40s. Bitcoin, which, a couple of weeks ago was nudging 64,000, is now down 12,000, off 5% in the last 24 hours. Again, down 52,121. I don't know when the Bitcoin fall is going to stop. It doesn't look healthy right now. Took a hit today. Now, what's unique in the anomaly here is that Ethereum has not only held strong, it has increased. This is very unusual. Usually these things go in tandem, maybe not exactly, but if Bitcoin is up, then Ethereum usually rides those coattails, and vice versa. If Bitcoin is down, then Ethereum, the number 2 crypto, usually follows. Not the case today, and not the case for the last several days, because as Bitcoin has been weak the last several days, from the low 60s, kind of dribbling down into the high 50s, into the middle 50s, and now in the lower 50s, Ethereum has not only held its own, but inched up. So Ethereum 2440, last I looked at it, almost 2,500. I think I've written this, and I will say it here again. I think Ethereum's looking at 5,000 down the road a bit. One of the prognosticators that I read a little bit earlier today said Ethereum's next stop is 3,000. That's certainly on the way to 5,000. And I'm not saying it's going to be 5,000 tomorrow, but Ethereum is doing very well. They've done some enhancements to their protocol that is going to lower the fees that they charge others to use their blockchain software. That lowering of costs, those fees, is supposed to come out very quickly, very soon. It's my opinion that's probably what's not only holding Ethereum up, but driving it up in the face of other cryptos going down. Not only Bitcoin down, Ethereum up, but other cryptos down with Bitcoin. It's kind of like Ethereum's holding its head above the water as the rest of the cryptos are kind of sinking today. Ripple off 9%, $1.21. Tron, which has been a favorite of mine and in which I've got my fingers, my financial fingers, 11.45, off almost 10% in the last 24 hours. EOS down 7% in the last 24 hours to 604. Tron in particular, which we picked up at a nickel, up. It was up, and it hit 12, and it kind of paused there, kind of tread water at 12, and then went up 13, 14, 15, 16. I think it even touched 17 cents, and we're talking about pennies. And then in the last, few days, it has come down with this Bitcoin. I won't call it a crash, but setback. Tron is down to 11.45. My opinion, I think it's a great buy there. I mean, a great buy. Tron's got a really good-looking graph. Same with EOS, another crypto in which I'm involved and which I like a lot. 604, it got as high, it was similar to Tron in that it had a nice run the prior couple of weeks, up from $6 to $7, and I think it touched $8 and change, and is now down to just barely above $6 at 604. So what do you do in a situation like this? Do you run for the woodshed? Or wherever you might run? No, I think it's a buying opportunity, folks. That's my opinion. I think both Tron and EOS are good buys at this level. Ripple, those of you that tune in or read the transcripts of this radio show know we've been following Ripple in its head-to-head with the SEC. Ripple, starting at 25 cents up to 60 some odd cents. Then the SEC came out and said they were going to sue Ripple for being a security, despite the fact that it had been on the market 8 years and nobody had said bubkiss. Ripple dropped from 60s down to the 30s, 40s. Then some of the exchanges delisted Ripple, meaning if you had accounts there, you could take the money out, but you couldn't buy. So that hit Ripple very hard. I'm going back a few weeks. It dropped back down to 25 cents. And then Ripple got a major win in the legal case with the SEC, whereby the judge gave Ripple the opportunity to go look at the SEC's internal traffic on how they judged others in terms of whether or not it was a security. For instance, Bitcoin or Ethereum. So this was a huge legal win for Ripple. Ripple then jumped back up on that legal win, was trading around $1. And then a few days ago, they got another legal win whereby the SEC petitioned the court to look into Ripple's books and specifically the execs at Ripple, because the SEC is trying to make a case that the execs, particularly the president, has used this to enrich himself. The court denied it to the SEC. Sorry, you can't look at that. So two major legal wins for Ripple. On that second legal win, the price went up to around $1.50, maybe even higher than that. Maybe it was $1.60, $1.70. I mean, it was doing really, really well. And then with this Bitcoin sell-off, it's dropped back down to $1.20, $1.21 last time I looked. So it's an interesting play. Okay, folks, John Truman Wolfe here with the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. We'll be back after these messages. Do stay with us.
For the getaway of your dreams, come to Hawaii's Playground, Kaanapali Beach Resort, on the fun side of Maui, where the world comes to play. Find your spot on Kaanapali Beach with 3 miles of white sand, 12 resort properties, 2 golf courses, and 2 shopping centers. Enjoy the playground of Hawaii's ancient royalty. Kaanapali Beach Resort is Hawaii's original master planned destination resort and home of the Hawaii Food and Wine Festival. With views of 2 neighboring islands, you can breathe in the land's natural beauty from your favorite resort or golf fairway. Come experience Kaanapali's own special brand of Hawaiian hospitality with world-class dining, relaxing resorts, water sports, and activities of every kind. For romantic, family, and great friend getaways, discover the options of Kaanapali Beach Resort, where the world comes to play. Plan your getaway today. Visit kaanapaliresort.com. That's Kaanapali resort.com.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
And we're back, folks. John Truman Wolfe here, broadcasting from the beautiful mountains north of Los Angeles with the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. I want to jump to, we've covered equities and the precious metals markets and the cryptos. I want to jump to a broader look at the economy. We talked last week to Ken Shapiro, the owner of Silverwood Properties in Los Angeles, a major real estate broker, and talked about mortgage rates going up. And the interest rates in the country have started to go up. You cannot pour billions and billions and billions of dollars into the economy and not have there be inflation. You can do it for a certain period of time because the banks were, when the Fed was printing money, banks were holding on to the money and it wasn't filtering down. But now it's out into the society, and rates are starting to tick up. They've been in the basement for years, basically. Reading from a newsletter, the Weiss Ratings Safe Money Report, and this is a couple of weeks old, so it's not right this instant in terms of this wasn't written today. And interest rates, as you probably know, move very quickly, and they move daily. But let me read the points here that are being made by the author, a guy named Mike Larson. He says the yield on the 30-year U.S. Treasury bond just hit 2.3%. That's almost triple the low from March of 2020 and the highest reading in 13 months. Okay? Then he says the yield on the 10-year Treasury note, a benchmark for rates charged on everything from home mortgages to corporate bonds just topped 1.6%. That's quadruple the low or of 40 basis points or 0.4%. One recent auction of $62 billion in 7-year notes was so atrocious that midterm yields soared the most in any single day since December 2010. 30-year mortgage rates spiked and now sit at their highest levels in 8 months. So this is the beginning, in my opinion, of an increased inflation and increased interest rates. If for some reason you've been living on another planet and have not paid attention to the level of interest rates in the country, which have been in the basement, I didn't mean to be sarcastic, but rates have been down. I'm talking about mortgage rates now. And you haven't refinanced your house, ladies and gentlemen, for goodness sakes, do it now before these things spike further. I think I probably said on the show before, when I was a banker in the San Francisco area many years ago, when we made a mortgage, an 8% mortgage was common. 7 was a good deal. 6% mortgage was like almost unheard of. We had a way we were making 6% mortgages, and it was kind of cool. But today, you can get a mortgage. I don't know if you can. I mean, when I say today, I haven't talked past a few days, but you have until recently been able to get a mortgage in the high twos, maybe 3%, 2.75. This is almost like free money, almost. So just to repeat, these rates have started to spike. And while the numbers that I read don't seem high, if you look at a graph, they're headed north. So please, if you haven't refinanced in the last, year or so, take a look, call your mortgage broker and see if you can lower the interest rate on your mortgage, and at the same time, lower your payments. Take advantage of this, because I think with this administration, we just talked about how there's an increase. There's going to be there's an effort to increase the capital gains rate. Biden has made no secret of the fact that he's going to raise taxes, and they're trying to kind of massage that into, well, just on some people. Listen, taxes are going up, interest rates are going up. You should refinance if you haven't recently. All right, I'm John Truman Wolfe. This is the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
For the best food, drinks, and fun, come to the Ramp Bar and Grill in Burbank, California. Open Monday through Saturday from 4 to 9 p.m. Happy hour from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. $5 margaritas. Start with great mouth-watering char-broiled chicken nachos, cheesy garlic bread, the best in town, steamed clams, buffalo wings and onion rings, the best soups and salads, seafood specialties like calamari, shrimp scampi, fresh salmon, filet of sole, halibut, trout, sand dabs, and more. Steaks? Yum. Ribeye, filet, even prime rib. The best burgers in town, too. And enjoy our complete Italian menu. Ravioli, lasagna, linguine, tortellini, fettuccine, spaghetti, sausage and peppers, capellini, pomodoro, chicken parmesan, and more. And don't forget our homemade cheesecakes and desserts. All at the Ramp Bar and Grill, 7730 North Hollywood Way, minutes from the airport in Burbank, California. Call 818-768-6499. Take out on delivery by Postmates, too. The Ramp. Don't miss it. The Ramp in Burbank.
Stop the presses. Cue the chorus. The musical ensemble Columbus has triumphantly reopened. Columbus has thrown open its golden doors to deliciousness and delightment to please the palate of a panting public in desperate need of greatness and grandeur and all-around phenomenal, gleeful times and gratifyingly glorious grub. You see, when you really want and need Italian food, you have got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. Yes, it's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Yes, the world's greatest steaks, the very best catch for the 7 Seas, Columbo's family Italian recipes, and internationally acclaimed meatballs. Beckon your reappearance at the House of Yum Yum. Do dreams come true? Oh, yes, they do. Columbo's is open with reckless abandon to sate your insatiable senses. Columbo's, that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, mangia bene.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. That's 800-378-3212.
When you invest, what do you need? Investors need foresight and prediction so they can invest with confidence. Is the stock market going up and down? What about precious metals or Bitcoin? The stock market may be treading water right now, but now may be a more opportune time to invest in precious metals. Are gold and silver booming? What do you buy? Bullion? Mining stocks? Which ones? The cryptocurrency market is also advancing strongly, but which ones do you buy? John Truman Wolfe, former banker and #1 best-selling author, gives you the answers in his widely read newsletter, Strategic Financial Intelligence, available at strategicfinancialintelligence.com. Wolfe called the breakout of the gold market and the breakout of the silver market. He may not have a crystal ball, but his investment picks tell a story. Metals and digital currencies are on the move. Don't miss out. Go to strategicfinancialintelligence.com and get the Strategic Financial Intelligence newsletter today. strategicfinancialintelligence.com.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm John Truman Wolfe, and this is the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. Talking in the earlier part of the show about the proposal by the White House to increase capital gains taxes, which has driven down the equities markets, and the fact that Bitcoin has been suffered a strong setback in the last several days. And also the increase in interest rates as they have started pumping the mortgage rates. I want to change subjects now and talk about something that maybe you've heard of, you've probably heard of, and may or may not have any familiarity with, and that's NFTs. Have you heard that acronym bounced around? N like Nelly, F like Frank, T like Tom. NFTs, which stands for Non-Fungible Tokens. Something is fungible, it's exchangeable. If I, hand you a Ben Franklin $100 bill, it's fungible. It can go from me to you. You can take it and give it to your barber, your girlfriend, your whatever. So something's fungible, it's exchangeable, which is a decent, a fair synonym. But NFT, non-fungible tokens, means that the token, whatever it is not exchangeable and can't be changed or altered. And so there has grown now a huge market in NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which is basically digital art. It goes beyond that, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But artists are taking their paintings and putting them up on sites, and this is digital art, and they're put up via the blockchain, so they can't be changed. They're immutable. You can't change them. So if you want to buy a piece of art, you can buy it and know that you've got the only one. Or if an artist puts up, a friend of mine put up 5 or 6 images of a celebrity, and he put up 5 of them. That's all. There were just 5, and they sold in 24 hours, just bang. So this has become a market. This has become a big market. If you haven't heard of it, go to your browser and check out NFTs. It's in the hundreds of millions of dollars that's being spent. This term came to public awareness here a few weeks ago when one of these digital artists, whose name, I think it's Beppel or something like that, he sold a piece of digital art, an NFT, for $69 million. That got people's attention. It made a lot of press. Now, in some cases, you go to sites, and I'll talk about one of the sites. You go to the sites where NFTs are for sale. And some of the stuff up there, forgive me, I don't like to be critical of artists, but some of the stuff is junk. I mean, it's like, it's just beyond me that people would pay money for it. But they do. More to the point, there are some really fine art up there, and you can buy it. It's just like buying collectible digital art, and there's no altering of it. If it's put up there via the blockchain, you can't mess with it. You can't change it whatsoever. So this has become a major investment area. I mean, major. So you've got artists. If you've got some unique art, you can go to the site my friend used. Was open. It's either OpenSea or OpenSeas. I'm not sure whether it's singular or plural. And there's all kinds of art up there. I mean, good, bad, whatever. And of course, bad in terms of art is in the eyes of the beholder. But I repeat, some of it looks like Pokemon stuff. Some of it's gorgeous. At any rate, this is a huge investment area now, huge. And if you've got some unique art that you think others might want to get a picture of, an unchangeable picture, a non-fungible picture, go to OpenSeas, or there are several other sites that make this kind of art available. Now, here's the other thing. First, you've got the sites where the artists can display the NFT, the non-fungible token, the art. Then they have a whole marketplace where you can sell this stuff. So there's a huge market going on in terms of selling. In other words, you can go up to a site, buy an NFT. Maybe you buy Mickey Mantle's rookie year baseball card, which can be converted into an NFT. We're going to talk about that in a second. So now you have it. Now maybe you want to make a profit. So you go to the marketplace on the site and you make it available for sale. My friend sold 5 or 6 pictures. I'm not going to get into the specifics here because I didn't ask him if I could talk about it, but it was either 5 or 6 images of this celebrity. and they sold for half an Ethereum, half an Ether, because you buy it with digital currency. So at the time, Ethereum was trading, I think, for around 1,900. It's, as we talked about earlier in the show, it's over 2,400 today. But so the price was half an Ether, which was around $900, give or take. And he sold out five or six of them in a matter of 24 hours. Well, now he has seen, so they sold for $900. So, but now he's seen them displayed for sale for several $1,000s. All right, we're going to come back and talk some more about NFTs right after this. I'm John Truman Wolfe. Stay with us.
Now it's time for Medved's Entertainment Minute.
Joss Whedon, the eccentric genius behind Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Avengers, and other smash hits, has a bizarre new series about a group of outcast women in 1890s London who deploy supernatural abilities to battle an otherworldly evil threatening civilization. It's called The Nevers, with 6 episodes that have just begun on HBO Max.
I do have a mission, and I'm not cut out for it.
I want the wicked punished and the good protected.
Based on the first installment, The Nevers is more confusing than compelling. Despite elegant performances by Laura Donnelly, Anne Skelly, Olivia Williams, and other well-trained British performers, the special effects are creepy, moody, and sometimes ghoulish that would lead to an R rating if this were playing in theaters, but the atmospheric evocation of Sherlock Holmes London is expert and effective. 2 stars for The Nevers, with hopes that later episodes will provide more satisfaction.
Attention real estate investors. Do you need cash immediately? If you own one or multiple rental properties, you can use your equity to get cash out fast. The best part is we don't need tax returns or even a good credit score. At America's Loan Source, we are not a bank and we don't have bank rules. We make the decisions to loan you money, and there's no limit how much we can give you. Some clients have gotten as much as $500,000 or more within days. Use the money any way you want. If you own one rental property or 100 and COVID has left you in a cash crunch, we can help you turn your equity into fast cash. Call now for details and close in as little as 10 days and get the cash you need. 800-353-1760. 800-353-1760. 800-353-1760. That's 800-353-1760.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm John Truman Wolfe. Thanks for joining us on the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. We've been talking about NFTs, non-fungible tokens, basically digital art that can't be altered and is being put on sites on the internet for sale. And it is an area of investing that has exploded in the last several months. For those of you that may be doubting Thomases, you may still be a doubting Thomas, but you have some big players in this field. I'm looking at an article here, headlines of which is billionaire Mark Cuban launches NFT project to invite digital arts and collectibles. Now, Cuban's site, from everything I can tell in reading this, is not a sales site. It's a site where artists can put their art up and display them. He makes a point. There's a point made in this article that Cuban's site is very, very easy to manipulate and use. So at least at this point, if I'm understanding it correctly, Cuban, a big fan of digital art and has some, wanted a place to be able to display the digital art. And so created this site for people that can put their digital art up there. Not, I repeat, from what I can tell, a place to sell your digital art, although, knowing Mark Cuban, I'd be a little surprised if he didn't turn it into a commercial enterprise. I'm not necessarily a fan of his politics, but I enjoy watching him on, the show Shark Tank. If you don't watch that show, you might enjoy it. People come in, they've got ideas, and they pitch it to, 5 or 6 very successful entrepreneurs. Cuban is one of them, and there's another, 4 or 5 folks, depending on whether they've got 5 or 6 people. And then these guys, the entrepreneurs, the investors, put money or not into the project, and it's very cool because it gives you an opportunity to look at real entrepreneurship. Anyway, that's a bit of a sidelight because Cuban is one of the people to whom entrepreneurs pitch their products, and he's a savvy guy. So he is into the NFT world in a big way, spending his money to put a site up for digital artists to place their NFTs online. That said, it doesn't stop with Mark Cuban. Here's an article, the headlines of which, CNN Business, Tom Brady is joining the NFT party. 7-time Super Bowl champion is launching an NFT platform called Autograph this spring. It will bring together some of the biggest names in sports, entertainment, fashion, and pop culture to work with creators to develop unique digital collectibles, a representative for Brady tells CNN Business. Now, as a quick aside, I'll read a little bit more of this article, but let me back up. The collectible market is huge. I mean, baseball cards, celebrities, maybe when you were a kid, you collected, NFL cards or Major League Baseball cards. I can remember, I'd have to go online to find the price now, but I remember my friend having a Johnny Unitas rookie card. I can't remember what it was worth then. It's probably worth 5-6 figures now, maybe 7 figures. I mean, these things sell for a huge amount of money. They're collectibles. They're unique. They're one of a kind. But the sports celebrities or entertainment celebrities get ripped off because about 30% of the revenue generated in that space is fraud. So people, create fraudulent images of the sports celebrities or the entertainment celebrities, and the celebrity doesn't get their money. The crook does. So Brady, very, very wisely, smart dude, and his business partner are creating an NFT site, and they're going to be able to get, I presume the biggest names in sports, and put NFTs up and sell them. And they'll take some, I'm guessing now, because I don't know the specifics of what he's doing, but I presume the site will get some money, the celebrity will get some money, and because these are put up on the blockchain, they are immutable. They can't be changed. So it deals with this fraud situation in the collectibles world, which has existed for decades. And the internet, and specifically blockchain, has removed that as a problem. I'll continue with this article. Autograph, which is the name of the site, great name for the site, right? Autograph, will also produce NFTs featuring Brady. Dylan Rosenblatt, a co-founder and CEO of Autograph, this is obviously Brady's partner, told CNN in a statement, Autograph will bring together some of the world's most iconic names and brands. All right, we're going to talk a little bit more about Tom Brady and his NFTs when we come back. I'm John Truman Wolfe. This is the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Guys, we need to clear a path here.
Indeed knows unexpected employee turnover can stall your business.
By tonight. John!
Like at Chris's logistics company, to avoid things grinding to a halt, he needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
It's totally normal to be constipated with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way.
You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives to help relieve belly pain and let you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Individual results may vary. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor today. You may be able to save on Linzess and make fewer trips to the pharmacy. See if you're eligible to pay as little as $30 for 90 days. Visit linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Let's talk about your credit cards. When you first start using them, it's a slow drip. You make charges, then more charges, then bills come, and they keep coming. When you open your statements, the floodgates come pouring in. You realize you have more credit card debt than you can afford, and you're barely making the minimum payments. Wouldn't it be nice to make one affordable payment and have all your credit card bills covered? Make this free call and learn our responsible way to get your credit card bills paid and under control.
Sponsored by Consumer Education Services, a nonprofit organization.
800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. That's 800-876-3643.
CESI is not a loan company. The establishment of a debt management plan may adversely affect your credit rating. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase finance and other charges to undertake collection activity, including liquidation.
All right, folks, we're back. John Truman Wolfe here, talking about non-fungible tokens, digital art, a new investment sector that is booming. I mean, booming. This is art that gets put up on the internet and is immutable. It's non-changeable because it uses the blockchain, the technology developed to forward digital currencies around the world, but it's being used by people to place art on the internet and sell it because these become collectibles. When we left for the break there, I was talking about Tom Brady and his business partner just setting up a new site called Autograph. And this site will, it's got to make a huge amount of money. Here's one item from it. And if you're wondering, I'm quoting now, and if you're wondering how much an NFT of the greatest football player of all time might fetch, we're speaking of Brady, of course, just look at this past weekend, the most expensive trading card in football history, a Tom Brady rookie card sold for $2.25 million. Beating the prior record of $1.32 million. Collectible cards are a huge business. That's one transaction, and they're going to have pictures of Brady and of course other major celebrities both in sports and an entertainment. Next month's newsletter, the John Truman Wolfe newsletter called Strategic Financial Intelligence, strategicfinancialintelligence.com, will be on the subject of NFTs. So if you want to know how you get involved, if you have art, where you would put it, how much you would charge, and the various stats related to this booming new digital industry, you subscribe to Strategic Financial Intelligence. You do that at strategicfinancialintelligence.com. Bit of a mouthful, but that's the site and that's the name, strategicfinancialintelligence.com. We're going to take an in-depth look at NFTs. Tom Brady's move here is brilliant, in my opinion, and I think it'll be very successful. But, you don't have to be Tom Brady to make money selling NFTs. People are doing it every day, ladies and gentlemen. You can put in NFTs into your browser. The one site that I know of is called OpenSeas. Maybe OpenSea. It's OpenSea or OpenSeas, and you can go up there and look around, see what's there, see the prices that are being charged. But there are others. There are several other sites. I got an email a couple of days ago that listed all the NFT sites. I don't have it with me right this second, but there are several of them, is the point. I don't know what the terms are. We'll find out what the terms are. If you put an NFT up on one, can you put it up on another? We'll find out, and you can read about it if you subscribe to Strategic Financial Intelligence, strategicfinancialintelligence.com. All right, folks, I'm John Truman Wolfe, and this is the John Truman Wolfe Financial Hour. We come to you every Thursday at 4 o'clock LA time, Pacific time. We'll see you 4 o'clock Thursday. Have a great weekend, folks, and go to Strategic Financial Intelligence. Grab a subscription of the newsletter, and we'll see you next week. Okay.